Thank you so much po. Namaste.
Michi, paki-extend ng another 4 minutes.
Alright po, sir. Good.
Haribol, Bhagavatam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya, Srimad Saraswati. Paramahamsa Itinanya, Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare. Thank you very much, Michi. for the opening kirtan. I welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam class. RadhaSyam is here. We're going to continue our reading and discussion. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Haribo. Okay, so continue lang po tayo with our reading and discussion. We are still on Canto 1. Anong chapter ito? Ang verse?
Chapter 17 po, text 39 na po, sir.
Text 31. So, would it be Mr. Pravin, first reader?
Yes, sir.
Ilang first reader natin?
Haribol, can you hear me?
Yes, you're very clear, Mr. Pravin.
Yeah.
You can
Text.
Start.
Text 39, translation. The personality of Kali asked for something more, and because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold, because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Purport. Although Maharaj Parikshit gave Kali permission to live in 4 places, it was very difficult for him to find the places because during the reign of Maharaj Parikshit, there were no such places. Therefore, Kali asked the king to give him something practical which could be utilized for his nefarious purposes. Maharaj Parikshit thus gave him permission to live in a place where there is gold, because wherever there is gold, there are all the above mentioned 4 things, and over and above them, there is enmity also. So the personality of Kali became gold standardized. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, gold encourages falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. Even a gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood because the currency is not on par with the reserved gold. The basic principle of falsity, because currency notes are issued in value beyond that of the actual reserved gold. This artificial inflation of currency by the authorities encourages prostitution of the state economy. The price of commodities becomes artificially inflated because of bad money or artificial currency notes. Bad money drives away good money. Instead of paper currency, actual gold coins should be used for exchange, and this will stop prostitution of gold. Gold ornaments for women may be allowed by control, not by quality, but by quantity. This will discourage lust, envy, and enmity. When there is actual gold currency in the form of coins, the influence of gold in producing falsity, prostitution, etc. will automatically cease. There will be no need of an anti-corruption ministry for another term of prostitution and falsity of purpose. Haribol.
Haribol, Mr. Pravin, thank you very much. So, here we can find the personality of Kali asking for mercy from Maharaj Pariksit. Actually, he was supposed to be executed already because of his cruelty, and bringing in bad fortune and bringing in bad influence to society. But because he became very sorry and asked for forgiveness from a pure devotee like Maharaj, from Maharaj Pariksit. Maharaj Pariksit has the same character as that of his grandfathers, the Pandavas, and he actually became very um, soft, for a devotee of Krishna. Somebody, you know, uh, bows down their head and kneels down like that, asking for forgiveness, etc. The devotees of Krishna are naturally very, very kind and compassionate. So instead of him being executed, Maharaj Pariksit thought it to be wise if he just asked him to live outside of the perimeters of the kingdom like this. He was told that he can live with the religious people. You know, at the time of the reign of Maharaj Pariksit, it's very difficult to find these four places of corruption. No? Um, Meat eating, um, uh, intoxication, prostitution, like this. Very, very difficult to find these places. No? And because even Maharaj Pariksit would find it difficult for him to send uh, the personality of Kali away on these different regions. Maharaj, as the personality of Kali instead asked for gold. Uh, since since I could not immediately find these four areas where I could live, why don't you just uh, bless me with gold? Because with gold, all of these four uh, principles, no, these four regulative principles can be found with gold, because gold is the currency. That is the real currency. No? Unlike now, the currency of the world is paper currency. But in the olden days, the currency of society is actually gold. If you want to purchase something like this, you have to use gold to purchase that something. If you want to purchase land or 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 homes, etc., or you want to purchase cows and horses and stuff like that, you have to provide them with gold. Kaya noon, society is pretty much peaceful because there is no corruption if you use gold in society, gold to purchase, uh, to tender expenditures. You have to use gold. But in the current situation we're in right now in the world, it is not gold anymore. It is paper money now. In America before, in America before, it used to be gold. Gold tender. If you want to buy something like this, you have to have gold, yeah, to buy properties, to buy this and that. Okay, but during the term of, I think it was Nixon, who's uh, who said that um, because people at that time were using paper money, paper money. Okay, it's like right now, almost all the civilizations of the world, uh, they use paper money. They don't use gold anymore. In America before, when you come up, let's say with $1, you purchase gold from the government coffers, and then the government will provide you uh, with gold before. But there came a time where, because of corruption, people were using paper money. No, because of corruption, what happened was that um, there was a scarcity of gold, and the government said that, from now on, from this day on, no citizen will be able to buy gold from the government coffers because maubusan sila ng gold eh. Yeah, but why is it that the paper money still exists in people's hands? It is because of corruption. Dapat yan pantay eh. Dapat when they print money, co it has to be balanced with the amount of gold that a certain country has. But what happened was bumaba na itong gold, paper money nandiyan. So that means that there is clear a clear corruption. Yeah, whenever there is prostitution, whenever there is meat eating, whenever there is cow killing, like that, whenever there is intoxication, yeah, whenever there is unregulated uh, unregulated lifestyle, what happens is that people in leadership, they become very corrupt. The same thing which is actually happening right now in the world. No, leaders of society are very very corrupt, very very corrupt because of these four sinful activities. So, Maharaj Pariksit, due to his being a pure devotee of Krishna, due to his having uh, a very, very soft heart, actually, he is a Kshatriya. He is actually very, very brave, and very, very straight to the point. Being a being a Kshatriya, he is actually very brave. But at the same time, his heart is very compassionate at the same time. Somebody, even his enemy would ask for mercy from him. He sees if that enemy is sincere, yeah. So he extends his compassion on this person. The same thing with uh, the personality of Kali. Okay, so yan yung po yung nangyari. So let us read furthermore.
Text 40. Text 40
Go
po.
ahead, Pinky.
Yes. Thus, the personality of Kali, by the directions of Maharaj Parikshit, the son of Uttara, was allowed to live in those 5 places. Purport: thus the age of Kali began with gold standardization, and therefore falsity, intoxication, animal slaughter, and prostitution are rampant all over the world, and the saner section is eager to drive out corruption. The counteracting process is suggested above, and everyone can take advantage of this suggestion. Continue pa po, sir.
Yes, one more.
Text 41. Translation: therefore, whoever desires progressive well being, especially kings, religionists, public leaders, Brahmins, and sannyasis, should never come in contact with the 4 above mentioned religious principles. Purport: the Brahmins are the religious preceptors for all other castes, and the sannyasis are the spiritual masters for all the castes and orders of society. So also are the king and public leaders who are responsible for the material welfare of all people. The progressive religionists and those who are responsible human beings are those who do not want to spoil their valuable human lives, should refrain from all the principles of irreligiosity, especially illicit connection with women. If a Brahmin is not truthful, all his claims as a Brahmin at once become null and void. If a sannyasi is illicitly connected with women, all his claims as a sannyasi at once become false. Similarly, if the king and the public leader are unnecessarily proud or habituated to drinking and smoking, certainly they become disqualified to discharge public welfare activities. Truthfulness is the basic principle for all religions. The four leaders of the human society, namely the sannyasis, the Brahmins, the king, and the public leader, must be tested crucially by their character and qualification. Before one can be accepted as a spiritual or material master of society, he must be tested by the above mentioned criteria of character. Such public leaders may be less qualified in academic qualifications, but it is necessary primarily that they be free from the contamination of the four disqualifications, namely gambling, drinking, prostitution, and animal slaughter. Haribol.
Haribol, thank you very much, Sir Pinky. So ito, Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us the standard. There is a standard to actually, you know, rule, to actually pose as a leader, even just pose as a leader, because you cannot pose as a leader without passing this test of qualifications, especially the leaders, no? The religious leaders and spiritual leaders, like the Brahmins, the sannyasis, the kings, and the politicians. Yeah, they must possess a character by which they are able to pass this test, that they should never be engaged in activities that will spoil the character of the nation. For example, prostitution. You're a sannyas, or you're a Brahman, or you are a king, or you are a politician, somebody who is a leader of a certain group of people like this. You should not break this this qualification. Qualification breaks when, for example, the Brahmins or the sannyasis would keep a mistress, or would have somebody to so that they can engage in sexual union, etc., with the opposite sex. This is really giving a bad example to humanity at large. Even the kings here are not allowed to do that. If they want to do that, they should marry. They should marry. Okay? If they cannot marry, they should not be allowed to be engaged in, because it actually opens the door for more corruption. Kaya nga, it's specifically described that Vaishnavas must follow the four regulative principles. That they should not be not be engaged in prostitution, or not be engaged in sexual activities with women or men that is not their husbands or that's not their wives, etc. Yeah, That is one. They should not be engaged in meat eating. They should not be engaged in gambling. No? So all of these qualities must be followed to the letter. Because if you don't follow this, if you're a leader, if you're a brahmana, if you're a sannyasi, if you're a king, or if you're a politician, if you engage in these four sinful activities, how can you expect society to be peaceful and harmonious when your own mind is not peaceful and harmonious? When you can't even control the desires of your senses and the desires of your mind? How can you expect people to follow the four regulating principles? It's not it is not it doesn't follow. In other words, you cannot expect people to follow you when you yourself, being a leader, do not follow these principles. So this is the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is absolute. No society has ever prospered with laws and policies that do not adhere to the standards of the Vedic teachings or the Vedas. Wala. Kaya nga, throughout history, you find so many societies, so many societies that has ruled the world, and then for a while they were ruling the world, and then they got empires. So many empires in the past. You have the so many empires. Indian Empire, Turkish Empire, the Arab Empire, the Chinese Empire, etc. There are so many other empires that they were once very powerful, but because their leaders are not following their own teaching, but they have corrupted themselves as well. So these empires, they got bankrupt. In other words, bankrupt with morality, and bankrupt as far as teaching the right principles to their people. So in today's society, we cannot see empires anymore, but we can see very powerful nations like America, United States of America, Russia. India is one of the most powerful right now. Yeah, and of course China, that has been there, but do not follow the Vedic principles, especially Russia and China, because they're atheistic society. But even though, like America or as the United Kingdom, they believe in the existence of God, but because their leaders are corrupt, their leaders are not practicing the religious principles. They do not follow that you can actually expect them to fall down. And this is actually happening in the world today. What with the threats of World War III already in our midst. So the civilization that we have right now is not really called human civilization anymore. Yeah, because of the leaders who are leading these different nations, these different countries, um, they are actually engaged in animalistic activities of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Only these four. They do not even use their fifth propensity of, you know, spiritual, um, uh, spiritual uh, enlightenment. They should be able to use their fifth propensity of uh, inquiring about who they are, uh, inquiring about their relationship with others, their relationship with the environment, and their relationship with God. They do not use this anymore. They're just uh, uh, they're actually like dogs and cats, because the dogs and cats, they do not. They just engage in this whole propensity of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, but they do not use their critical thinking anymore. They do not use their intelligence to inquire about the purpose of life. Deep spiritual questions. They do not engage in that anymore. That's why, how can you expect the world to be peaceful like this if the world's leaders are not peaceful themselves? At least India, the government of India uh, happens to be following the Vedic principles. At least the leader of India right now is actually a friends of devotees of Krishna. And therefore, because he's the friends of the devotees of Krishna, he also is blessed with uh, with a very good heart and very good intentions, no, for his people. Tama ba? Am I not correct, Praveen?
Correct, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. But other leaders like, you know, uh, for instance, Trump or or Xi Jinping or Putin, etc. What can you expect of these people? At least Trump, he has um, he has a secretary that's a great devotee of Krishna, no, in the person of Tulsi. So at least there is some semblance of spirituality there, and because of the leadership of Tulsi, who heads the NSA. Uh, Kahit na paano, no, there is some semblance of spirituality. But Putin and Xi Jinping, I mean, these people, they don't even consider the existence of God. They are super atheistic individuals. They may be very rich. I mean, China. Look at China. I mean, China is the factory of the world. It is considered to be the factory of the world, where all industries pertaining to production, they have it. Yeah. So they may be considered a great empire, but because the leaders are communistic, there's nothing wrong with communism as long as you put God in the center of your of your ruling. But we don't see that with the uh, Communist Party. They don't believe in the existence of God. Yeah. So this is very, very, we're living right now in a very dangerous times, because anytime there will be a World War III. And that's the problem. There's another leader who is very foolish, and that is, I think, the leader of North Korea, si Kim Jae-dong. Can somebody help me? Kim Jae-jong, Kim Jae. But anyway, he is very foolish. Um, he even killed his own brother, his own blood brother. He killed because that brother threatened threatened to threatened his position of becoming the leader of North Korea. So this is what's happening in the world right now, and Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us all these signs, giving us all this wisdom of we can actually how we can actually live like uh, real human beings in this world. In other words, you follow Sanatan Dharma, you follow Vedic principles or religious principles, and become a human civilized nation. It's not human civilization right now, really. The leaders are not trained. Look at it here in the Philippines. I mean, when you look at the senators right now, they're all entertainers. Most of them, anyway. I mean, they come from the entertainment field. Just because you are known by people by your being an actor or something like that, yeah, then you win elections. Wala na yung qualified talaga, they're not qualified anymore. That's the problem in this world right now, not only in the Philippines but in the whole world. Yeah. So we really have to follow the principles of um, the principles of religion, the Vedic principles. Okay, so let's continue our reading.
Haribo, Namaste. Text 42.
Okay, Arimet, go
Translation.
ahead.
Thereafter, the king re-established the lost legs of the personality of religion, the bull, and by encouraging activities, he sufficiently improved the condition of the purport by designating particular places for the personality of Kali. Maharaj Pariksit practically cheated Kali. In the presence of Kali, Dharma, in the shape of a bull, and the earth, in the shape of a cow, he could actually estimate the general condition of his kingdom, and therefore he at once took proper steps to reestablish the legs of the bull, namely austerity, cleanliness, and mercy. And for the general benefit of the people of the world, he saw that the gold stock might be employed for stabilization. Gold is certainly a generator of falsity, intoxication, prostitution, enmity, and violence. But under the guidance of a proper king or public leader, or a brahmana or a sannyas, the same gold can be properly utilized to re-establish the lost legs of the bull, the personality of religion. Maharaj Pariksit, therefore, like his grandfather Arjuna, collected all illicit gold kept for the propensities of Kali and employed it in the Sankirtan Yajna as per instruction of the Srimad Bhagavatam. As we have suggested before, one's accumulated wealth may be divided into three parts for distribution, namely 50% for the service of the Lord, 25% for the family members, and 25% for personal necessities. Spending 50% for the service of the Lord or for propagation of spiritual knowledge in society by way of the Sankirtan Yajna is the maximum display of human mercy. People of the world are generally in darkness regarding spiritual knowledge, especially in regard to the devotional service of the Lord, and therefore to propagate the systematic transcendental knowledge of devotional service is the greatest mercy that one can show in this world. When everyone is taught to sacrifice 50% of his accumulated gold for the Lord's service, certainly austerity, cleanliness, and mercy automatically ensue. And thus the lost legs of the personality of religion are automatically established. When there is sufficient austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, naturally, Mother Earth is completely satisfied, and there is very little chance for Kali to infiltrate the structure of human society. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Elinette. Ang ganda nito. Um, while, Maharaj Pariksit is actually is a true leader, you know, while he gave the personality of Kali what he wanted, but as long as it is uh, as long as it is not within the parameters of his kingdom, but he can indulge in any activities he wants, you know. That is due to the compassionate nature of a devotee of Krishna like Maharaj Pariksit. Now, he doesn't know that being a true leader of human civilization at that time, Maharaj Pariksit was considered to be the emperor. Yeah, he is the king of all kings. Mm. He, the personality of Kali did not know that he was also cheated. While he broke the legs of the bull, okay, uh, Maharaj Pariksit reestablished the legs. He reestablished the legs of these three broken legs of the personality of religion, Dharma, as represented by the bull. You know, Ganon ang ginawa niya. So, therefore, because it is now present in society, bumalik ulit, no? There was a revival of truthfulness, of cleanliness, of mercy, and also austerity. No? So these four religious qualities appeared again, even in Kali Yuga. So that magbabalance ng konti yung no? While the irreligious people are trying to disturb the peace and order of a particular society, they cannot be totally successful because bumalik there was a revival of truthfulness, cleanliness, uh, uh, truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, and austerity. Okay? So, nagkaroon ulit yan. So, people can take advantage of this so that their life will not be fully influenced by Kali Yuga. For example, right now we have devotees of Krishna who are trying their best to follow religious principles. Uh, we become the extensions of the hands of our Guru Dev and Nitai Gaur and Krishna. When there is this quality, mahirap po pumasok ang very difficult for irreligious activities to come in. Just like a certain individual who before was not a devotee of Krishna, but became a devotee of Krishna because he took to the instructions of Lord the Chaitanya and his Gurudev of engaging in devotional service and in chanting the holy names of Krishna. He became purified, and there was a transformation that happens in his life. Where it used to be, he was a happy-go-lucky individual. Right now, he is, he is very, very. He actually can control his mind and senses very well because of his being purified by the holy names. Yeah. So Maya, illusion, who represents Kali Yuga, becomes he cannot enter into the world of devotees. Yeah, because shielded siya. If this is the devotee, Krishna shields the devotee from the influence of Kali Yuga. So babangga lang siya dyan. He tries, Maya or illusion or irreligiosity who wish to really enter the world of the devotees cannot enter because of the shield by Krishna. The shield of Krishna is actually the protection of Krishna. If you have surrendered your life to Krishna, to your Guru Dev, what happens is that Krishna immediately protects you. You just have to have that firm faith, Sharada, and nothing otherwise. Krishna is a very, very real person. When you surrender to Krishna, Krishna immediately shields you from the effect of Maya. So Maya now cannot enter the world of the devotee. He only enters the world of somebody who has not surrendered to Krishna. Immediately he can come in if a person doesn't surrender to God. But if the person has already surrendered to God, may protection to you. And this is the reason why, as devotees, we are no longer attracted to the sensual pleasure of this world. You have lost all interest in the sensual pleasures of this world. Why? Because you have been transformed. You are actually tasting a superior taste of happiness. How can you be interested in material sensual pleasure? Mawawala yung interest mo eh. That is a sign that Krishna actually is protecting his devotees. Alam nyo, lahat tayo dito sa room, nasubukan naman natin yan. When we're about to engage in sensual gratification, Krishna frustrates. Krishna will frustrate it, you know? And then hindi mo na matutuloy yung gusto mong gawin. That is real protection coming from Krishna. And then just a few hours ago, you were so gung-ho, going to ngayon, okay na to, you to. And then all of a sudden, Krishna frustrates that. And then you end up, as a devotee, you end up crying. You end up crying. Why? Because you can actually feel the protection of Krishna right there. And then immediately you feel this higher uh, um, happiness. So as your interest, okay, is solely on Krishna, your interest of this world decreases. Ganun po yun. And if your interest for the world is increasing, your interest for God decreases. So it is described even in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Makinig kayo ha. Ito yung sinasabi sa Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is described that while Krishna respects our freedom. Di ba? Our freedom, if you want something, Krishna will not will not come in because that is your desire. Krishna will give you the intelligence to even engage in that activity of material activity, sensual pleasure. Yeah. But in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that when you're a devotee of Krishna, then all of a sudden, parang nalaglag ka lang ba? Nahulog ka lang. Parang, all of a sudden, material nature or material sensual pleasure become very powerful. Okay? So even though you want to engage in that particular sensual enjoyment, Krishna, who is so partial to his devotees, will prevent that from happening. In other words, Krishna will not respect your will not respect your freedom, your so-called freedom, because that so-called freedom actually is caused by Maya only. But because Krishna is right there in your life, and he's a real person, he is a real protector, Krishna shields you. He shields you. Huwag yan. Dito ka sa akin. Nandito ka na lalayo ka pa. Spirit Krishna. Sa akin ka na, lalayo ka pa. Ano ka ba? So sometimes, a devotee of Krishna, when he realizes this, he becomes very emotional. He can actually feel the protection of Krishna. So when you chant the holy names of Krishna, that is real protection. Kaya nga it is described that the holy name of Krishna is equivalent to real protection. And all of us here, we know that when you stop chanting, when you stop, finishing your rounds like this, due to laziness or due to, some other reasons, you will notice that your mind becomes very, very complex. Ang gulo-gulo. Ang gulo ng buhay mo. Gugulong buhay mo. Sigurado na po yan. But as soon as you pray to Krishna, Krishna, please forgive me. I have always forgotten you. And just yesterday or a while back, I was really trying to enjoy sensual pleasures. In other words, enjoy separately from you. Yeah. And you pray sincerely to Krishna. You will notice that Krishna smiles about you. Yan po yun. That is spiritual life. It is actually very, very personal because Krishna, as I've said, he is a real person. He is our real friend. In fact, Krishna is our only best friend. Meron kayong questions? Do you have questions? No questions? Can you bookmark that, Rhea or Janner? Can you bookmark?
Okay po,
Um,
sir.
yeah, please. Mabel, would you like to do the kirtan? Exit kirtan.
Yes po, sir.
Haribo.
Haribol. Haribol, everyone. Okay po ba sound ko ba sa inyo dyan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're very clear. You're very clear.
Okay, thank you po. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vrstaya Bhutale Shrimate Siddha Swarupananda Dharma Itinamine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vrstaya Bhutale Shrimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Vitale Shrimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavrindam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavrindam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Radha Ramana, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohana, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohana. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Shri Govinda Gopinata, Madana Mohan. Jai Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jai Jaya Nityananda, Jai Veda Chanja Jaya, Gauranga Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Veda Chanja Jaya, Gauranga Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Veda Jaya, Bhagavatam. Govinda Rama, Madana Gopala, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Jai Jaya Sita Swarupa Ananda Paramahamsa Jai Jaya Sita Swarupa Ananda Paramahamsa Jai Jaya Sita Swarupa Ananda Paramahamsa Jai Jaya Sita Swarupa Ananda Paramahamsa. Jai Jaya Jai Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jai Jaya Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Mata Gaur. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mabel. Maraming salamat sa iyong wonderful exit kirtan. Thank you. Papasalamat po ako. I'd like to thank everyone who participated in this class, especially our admins, Rhea. Thank you very much, Rhea. And of course, Jana, who is one of our hosts, also for all the works that you've been doing in our classes. Maraming salamat, Jana, and so with your family, Nina and Calvin.
Thank you so much po, sir. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Okay, Pinky, salamat. Thank you, thank you. Mr. Pravin, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po.
Yeah, Alinette, thank you very much.
Thank you po. Namaste.
Namaste. Of course, Michi for our opening kirtan. Michi, thank you.
Thank you din po, sir. Haribol.
Ma'am Ines Torres, thank you, ma'am.
Haribol, sir.
Haribol, muchísimas gracias. Bien, Danyada, thank you very much for always coming.
Haribol po, sir.
Haribol, namaste. So, over to you, Rhea.
Thank you very much din po, Sir Radha. And thank you po sa lahat ng umattending. Jaya Guru Dev Krishna, Haribol.
Haribol, Jai Krishna. Ingat po kayo.
Haribol. Good night, everyone.